Hi, I am Dipto Dash. I am a third year Information Science PhD student at the University of Colorado Boulder. I am going to present a paper that I wrote with my advisor, Dr. Brian Saman, and Dr. Kirsten Westerland, our colleague at Syracuse iSchool. The title of the paper is Jol or Pani: How Does Governance Shape a Platform's Identity? In this paper, we are looking at the ways in which the governance on online discourse platforms support and impede the identity expression and identity performances of colonially marginalized communities. Prior works have discussed that the author's race and ethnicity can bring certain affinity in perspective in the data analysis in such identity-related works. I identify as a Bangladeshi Bengali Hindu minority cisgender heterosexual man. My intersectionally marginalized identity has motivated me to pursue research on identity. Marginalization is a process through which people are denied their voice and rights in a space and pushed to the periphery of society. While marginalization often happens with regards to people's identity, a way in which mass marginalization of identity has happened historically was through colonialism. Colonialism means the policies and practices through which foreign forces migrate to other regions and impose their values and perspectives on the social structures of the local and indigenous communities. Colonization was often enforced through military forces, settler strategies, and involved enslavement, rape, genocide, and erasure of the culture of Black, indigenous, and other people of color. The Indian subcontinent is a site of prolonged colonization. The Bengali ethno-linguistic group native to Bangladesh and India were also subject to this colonization. In fact, British colonization in the subcontinent started from Bengal region and was later used as a site of partition following the end of British rule. During this time, Hindu-majority West Bengal was annexed to India and Muslim-majority East Bengal became a part of Pakistan initially, which later got independence as modern-day Bangladesh. Noticeable differences in the dialects and social practices can be found among the Bengalis from different regions. In this paper, we have studied the Bengali people's interaction on a platform called Bengali Quora. Quora is a question answering site. Recently, it has expanded in several regional languages, and Bengali is one of those. We employed a trace ethnography approach in this study, which combines the richness of participant observation and the wealth of data to reconstruct patterns and practices of the users in distributed socio-technical systems such as Quora. We collected Q&A threads data from Quora, collected, translated, and anonymized them. For data collection, we purposefully sampled Q&A threads data using a list of keywords. From a sociomaterial perspective, this list of search phrases can reflect our socio-historical understanding of the context as researchers. Therefore, as a form of snowball sampling, we also included related Q&A threads suggested by the Quora recommendation algorithm. We analyzed this data using grounded theory approach, where the findings emerged from data. Let me share a particular case of moderation decision on Bengali Quora. A user asked a question: where can I find pure drinking water? Here to note, the word water has two different translations in Bengali, jol and pani. While word jol is used mostly by the Bengali Hindus and the people in India, its synonym, pani, is more widely used by the Bangladeshi Bengalis and Muslim Bengalis. Though these two words mean the same thing, the moderators on Quora edited the question to replace the word pani with the word jol. Many users viewed this kind of editing as the moderator's preference towards the Indian Hindu Bengali linguistic practices over the others. The same kind of privileging happened often with people's national and religious identities. Unlike many other community spaces, the moderation on Quora is anonymous. Moreover, the people have described that the be nice, be respectful or BNBI policy for short of Quora is very subjective and depends on the interpretation of the individual moderators and users. That means the users do not know who the moderators are, and there is a lack of clarity about what the moderators are looking for in their post to decide whether the post should be retained or deleted from the platform. Thus, the users undergo a panoptic experience on the platform in that the people know that they are being policed and collectively try to understand their myriad experiences with the platform's governance. In absence of enough knowledge about how they are being governed, the users speculate on the moderators' categorical identities and have described the moderators as autocrats and arrogant. Besides moderators, the users have also talked about on this forum how the majority community use technical features like upvotes, downvotes, and reports to surveil and ridicule the minorities' interaction on the platform based on their names or dialects when they post anonymously. Through these technical features, people basically reflect their personal prejudices and biases. When this is done in large number, such quantification influence the moderation decisions and erase the minority voices. On top of that, the recommendation algorithm on Quora does not help much in this regard. When a new user joins the platform, it promotes controversial threads, which are often about religion, caste, nationalities, etc. Similar to the colonial rulers who benefited from the divide and rule policy used upon the people of the subcontinent, these communally divisive threads increase the engagement on the platform. Much like how the colonial rulers crudely generalized the diverse subcontinental population, the algorithm shifts the focus of the community from their unity to a more communal, divisive way of looking. As the minority users face this kind of hurdles on the platform, Quora launched a feature called Stages, which are somewhat like Facebook groups. Here, users can find and get together with other like-minded people. Thus, these self-selected spaces are less visible within the platform and are less likely to be surveilled by the majority. The minority users confine themselves within those stages. Through these socio-technical mechanisms like anonymous moderation, collective cross-monitoring, upvotes, downvotes, reporting, algorithmic surveillance, majority identities are normalized and become more visible, while the minority identities become marginalized and less visible. The linguistic identity that brought together a range of discourse practices, temporal horizons, national and religious identities starts to slow over time. Eventually, it starts to purge minority performances and pushes them to the margins and reinforce colonial divide. As our larger goal of research is to understand how we can design to promote interactions around people with colonized histories, in this paper, we studied what impedes this kind of conversations. Thank you for listening. Hope you have a great day.